my name is Brenda, and I am wanting to document what is happening currently with my husband, who I am on my way home from dropping him off at Ucsf to have a stem cell transplant. What he has is mantle cell lymphoma, and it's rare. I believe the statistic is 6% of all non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is mantle cell. There were really no major symptoms in the beginning. I'll try to stay on track. I am kind of, I don't know, I can go all over the place, especially right now with everything that's going on and so forth and so on. So back to it. So where was I? And I'm not on my Adderall because I forgot my meds. So he didn't really have any symptoms for the most part. He did feel his spleen. It was feeling pretty big. In April of last year, 2017, he had a hemorrhagic stroke, which is a brain bleed. His brain just went on its period for no reason. We don't really know if the MCL, mantle cell lymphoma, and the hemorrhagic stroke have anything to do with each other. Don't know. He's 55, healthy otherwise. Doesn't do anything wrong. And then after the hemorrhagic stroke, one thing led to another. That's when we got the diagnosis, April 23rd, 2017. And the diagnosis was mantle cell lymphoma, as I've said. And so basically, once we got over that scary stuff, he did 6 rounds of chemo. I'm backtracking. Hopefully you're staying with me here. 6 rounds of chemo, bendamustine and Rituxan. Started that in December, did really well. Very little side effects for the most part. I know I'm not the one doing it, but I watched the whole process. I was there at every appointment. The very first round in December of Rituxan, he did have a pretty major reaction. He had to go in the ambulance and everything. He had the tremors, he was shaking, couldn't catch his breath. So that passed. But it looked scary. But he was okay. So then we finished that. Tons of CAT scans, PET scans, bone biopsies. Sonograms, blood work, you name it. We've had it done. So here we are, stem cell transplant. A lot of research took place before we decided to do it. Semi-necessary to, hold on. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I had to take this opportunity to do this now. We're going for it. So today is day 1. He has a port right here. He's had that for the whole time. That's caused no problems. It's been helpful. It's easier to do things through that than it is through peripheral, which is in your veins. Oh, he had a stem cell collection, which was a couple weeks ago. That was easy too. Boring. Had to have quite a few platelet transfusions because his platelet counts were like down to 1, and they should be 140 to 450, I believe. So 1 is not good. So had the cells collected. painless, just on a machine, just kind of boring, but that was totally okay. He needed 3 million stem cells, and he collected he collected 27 million, so he did really well. During the time when we had to prepare for the stem cell collection, he had to take these fancy shots called Neupogen. He had to give himself 3 a day in his stomach. Obviously the first one was a little, scary. And we just said, 1, 2, 3, go! And then he got used to doing those shots. Those were helpful, I think, in making his stem cells get all excited to come out of the bone marrow to be ready to be collected. So right now, those guys currently are probably in a freezer at UCSF. And so here we are. We are at day 1 of prepping for the transplant. If you're still bearing with me, hopefully I was able to kind of catch you up. Okay, sorry, minor cow there. So today they put in a PICC line. PICC stands for peripheral intravenous circulatory something. Long tube, tiny tube. Long. I didn't see it. My husband was like, "What? That's got to go in there?" And so they made the environment sterile, allowed to leave the room. It's a non-invasive procedure, but UCSF is just so amazing with their cleanliness that had to leave the room. Anyway, so they put that PICC line in, and it's like this thing sticking out of his forearm. It's got like some tubes in there. There's more tubes coming out of my hubs. But he said that was totally fine. So tomorrow is the beginning of the chemo stuff. It's called BEAM. BEAM. I do not know at this point what it stands for. I've been told the M in the BEAM is kind of rough. I don't know when that will start and all that stuff, but I'll try to post when I can. But tomorrow is when the chemo starts, and that should start around 10. I think it's about 4 hours long or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. They have warned us, probably not going to feel so good. But they're real confident in having anything that, if he has any kind of symptoms or whatever, they will just give him anti-nausea medicine or whatever. So we'll just wait to see how he does. So far, he's done really well with all the other things that he's done. Cytarabine, he had that done a couple weeks ago for like 3 days of chemo. Did pretty darn good with that too. Maybe a little tired. So anyways, that's all for now. And I don't know how to say like my page or follow me or whatever. I just hope I can get this up on YouTube. So anyways, if you are currently going through any kind of situation with mantle cell lymphoma, or you're a caregiver and you want to know stuff, or you're trying to think if you want to do it